92.5. Second date update.
When you're single and you're looking to find a hot, steamy romance, there's a few places where it's basically guaranteed to happen. Any type of wedding.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
pretty good.
Also, a booze-friendly off-leash dog park.
What?
Who's friendly?
I haven't been to a drunken dog park,
Dude, that
but
sounds
okay.
so fun.
Highly
Drunken
recommend.
Playing with dogs, too?
And of course, a children's backyard birthday party.
What?
No.
Oh, yes.
What is wrong with you?
Let me tell you, Brooke, that kiddie pool turns into an R-rated splash zone by sundown. And
Please tell me you're hitting on other parents, please.
well, it's where one of our listeners, Eddie, met his love interest recently.
Oh, great, Eddie.
Eddie, you know all about that kiddie pool, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Eddie, you sound like a perv. Look, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Just wanted to call about a date.
Okay.
Just perusing those children's parties, looking for single mommies ready to hunt. Yeah,
Okay,
he
he's
knows.
into it. Yeah, all
Not
right.
denying any of
All
it.
right.
So, Eddie, tell us about the woman that I hope you're going to have us call today. What's her name?
Adult woman,
Yeah.
fully grown.
The adult woman is Beth.
All right.
Beth, okay.
And how'd you meet Beth? I mean, I guess you're at a children's party. I hope you have a child or you're just randomly showing up to parties. Where are we at?
It was at my nephew's party. It was my nephew's 7th birthday party.
Okay.
Okay.
that's
Cute
good.
age.
And who was Beth at this party?
She was like the sister of one of the moms at the party.
Okay.
Pretty much everyone there did have kids. It was like Beth and I were like basically the only two people there that didn't have kids.
Okay. So she had no other
Oh.
option but to hang out with you.
Lucky her.
Yeah.
That, like, the guy dressed up as SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Right.
Entertainment.
So tell us a little bit more about Beth.
So, yeah, she was just there I guess she just didn't have anything going on that day. She was hanging out with her sister. Her sister as a kid went to the party. So we were just kind of chatting, and we actually bonded over how much we don't really like kids.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
irony.
that's pretty funny.
Single people like to do that.
You talk about what's around you when you're getting to know somebody.
Yeah. Did you play Which Kid's the Worst?
Which gets the ugliest.
Yes. Oh, don't say ugly, Jose.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fun game.
Okay.
Do it with adults.
It's like that game, Marry, Sleep With, or Kill.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't
kids
really do it. There must be a
Wait a
child-friendly version of that game. Like adopt, abandon.
Oh, I like it.
That's a
Let's
fun
play.
game. It's
There's only
child-friendly.
one positive there, and that's the adopt
Let's
one.
play with your kids.
Yeah, which one, Brooke? But anyway, we get it. You were having fun, enjoying the fact that you were both single and kid-free.
Yeah, so we were just kind of hanging out, and we kind of drifted away from the party a little. It was just the two of us, and I don't know, I thought we were getting along. We exchanged numbers.
So what'd you guys do for your date?
Well, we texted for a while, and then we set up a date to go out to dinner.
Good.
Okay. Was this an adult restaurant that you went to, or did you hit up Chuck E. Cheese?
I couldn't get a table at Chuck E. Cheese, so we went to an adult restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Tough to
You-
get reservations.
You do have to know somebody.
Yeah.
I know the guy who runs the ball pit.
Yeah.
How did dinner go?
It was weird. The waiter was just really, really bad.
Oh.
The dinner itself was fine, but, the whole experience was marred by this awful waiter.
Oh,
What did he do
man.
that was so bad?
Oh, some of it was just kind of typical bad waiter stuff. Like he forgot to bring our appetizer out before he brought out our entrees. But
Yeah.
the weirdest one for me was Beth's fork was dirty. It hadn't been cleaned.
Ew.
She asked him for a new fork, and then he just straight up left with the fork, didn't say anything, and then just brought back the same dirty fork.
Oh, man,
Oh,
he's
wow.
distracted, dude.
That sucks because it can really ruin your romantic dining experience if the waiter's being careless.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes people have bad days or whatever, and I get it, but it's at a certain point, it has to be clean. It has to be
Yeah.
hygienic.
Was there any positives of the night between you two? I mean, not including the waiter.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we were kind of bonding over something we didn't like, which in this case was the waiter.
You guys are
Yeah.
miserable but loving it.
It's nice to have that common thread between you two.
and after he brought our food, he was like, "Can I get anything else for you?" And she was like, "A different waiter would be nice."
Oh.
Ooh.
Did you like that, or did you think it was too far?
I thought it was kind of brave and cool.
Oh my God,
Oh.
it turned you on, didn't it?
Wow.
I'm not going to say it didn't turn me on.
Yes, okay.
Eddie likes a little bit of abuse in his life. So, how did dinner end?
We ate our food. It was fine. I paid for the check. I didn't try to sleep with her or make out with her or anything. We had a hug.
Okay.
And
That's good.
Well, but some women like when you try and kiss them and sleep with them. That's sometimes the goal.
she could have invited me up, if she wanted something, she could have been come up for a drink, and she didn't. So I read the room.
Okay.
Have you gotten any indication from her, why she's not interested?
No, after that date, she hasn't really been in contact with me. I've tried to talk to her, but it's weird. I'm getting ghosted, and I don't know why.
I'm just going to say, though, real quick, it'd be really bad if she ended up dating that waiter.
What?
If that's what it turns out to be.
Oh, yeah.
She hated the waiter.
No, she's
I know,
he's bad.
but she
Real
obviously enjoys the negative energy with the children and with the waiter. Maybe she feeds off of it. We'll find out.
bad. I need to date her then, because I'm bad at so much stuff.
Yeah.
I got a shot.
You guys are awful. Don't even put that stuff in my head.
All right. We'll find out in just a second, okay? Hold on, man. All right, if you're just tuning in for part 2 of the second date update, we're on the phone with Eddie. And Eddie called us about a woman named Beth after she's not returning his calls after their date. And these two lovebirds bonded over hate. All the things that most people hate, they also hate. Kids, waiters,
Oh, man.
hooking up. They hate hooking up. Otherwise, they would have done it.
Totally.
Who hates hooking up?
No.
Eddie does.
Eddie.
But you know what? He's hoping to reconnect with Beth and maybe get some answers when we call her here in just a moment.
I just want to say I don't hate hooking up.
Oh, okay. It's just not your favorite.
I mean, Eddie, when we recap that, do you think that there's any chance that maybe you concentrated too much on the negative aspects of your date, of the waiter screwing up? Maybe you harped on it too long?
I mean, it's possible, but that's kind of her vibe. That's kind of why I like her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but maybe you're stealing her thing,
It's only room for one negative person.
Yeah, exactly.
And she hates that about you, which is why she also loves you.
Yeah, maybe that's why she hasn't texted me back. She had too good of a time. And she's like,
Oh, that's it.
What is this feeling?
I think we're on to something, but let's give Beth a call and find out for sure. You ready to do this, man?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is this Beth?
this is Beth.
Hi, Beth. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. I was hoping you have
Hi.
I get that a lot. I was hoping you have a second to talk with us.
What's this about?
Well, on our show, we do a segment called a second date update. And that's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, you putting it
All right.
together yet, Beth?
Maybe.
So we had a guy recently email us about you, and his name is
Oh, God.
Eddie.
Okay.
Okay, we remember Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember Eddie.
Well, Eddie reached out to us because he had a really good time on his date with you at the restaurant, but afterwards, you're kind of blowing him off, and he doesn't understand why.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if I should call him back or not. I'm still kind of thinking about it. It's only been a few days, so I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay. So there's still a chance that you were gonna call him back.
Yeah, there's a chance, but I don't know.
Oh, you're leaning.
Not a good chance.
Okay.
What's the problem? What's causing you to think about it so hard?
Well, I mean, I'm not totally against it, but there is just something about the date that's still bothering me.
Well, he told us that you had a bad experience with your waiter. Does that play into it at all?
No, that was funny, actually.
Oh my God! I have to say, you are brutal. He's told us what you said to the waiter at the end.
I mean, I was just saying the truth. I've been a waiter before, and he was the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Eddie appreciated that you said that comment. He thought it was hilarious.
Sure, the server
she's
gets
still
it.
laughing. The server's still crying somewhere, but it's fine.
She goes back to that restaurant and trolls him every single day just to rub it in.
You still suck.
But no, seriously, Eddie wants to know what's the deal? How come you're taking so long to decide?
I mean, you do sound like a pretty brutally honest person.
I mean, I pride myself on being honest. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a positive trait.
So what would you tell Eddie?
Well, okay. So we were driving. He was driving. And it just kept bothering me because as we're driving, we're on these suburban streets. No one is around. And he keeps using his turn signal. which I don't understand why I was doing it. You know, like the point is to like communicate to other drivers, and no one was there. So I brought it up to him, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you really love using that turn signal, huh? And he laughed it off. You know, like he was a good sport. And then later, he used it again to pull out of the driveway with no one there. So I was like, oh, I don't know. That bugged me. You know, I always thought that, like, morons did that.
Whoa, hold on a second. Moron?
Hey, slow down.
Wait, Eddie.
I was just going to come to your defense about how it was probably just habit.
Eddie, you ruined it.
Yeah, it is just habit.
So,
Calm down.
Beth, hold on. We forgot to tell you that Eddie was on the other line listening. He jumped in a little bit early before we could really dive into this, but he's there.
Moron's right here. The moron's here.
Okay.
Eddie, why are you so upset? All she said was that you used your turn signal too much.
Yeah, she was saying only morons use their turn signal. She was referring to me.
Yeah, she didn't
Okay.
know
All
you
right.
were listening.
Yeah, I said morons because only morons do that when no one's around. I didn't say morons use turn signals.
Oh, what?
See?
Are we
Okay,
not fighting?
now we're splitting hairs.
Oh, hold on.
I cannot believe that you have not gotten back to me because I'm a safer driver than you.
Okay, all right. Chill out, dude.
Oh, my
Is this,
God.
Do you always act this stupid, or is today like...
Oh,
Okay, now that's a
Stupid?
direct one.
I mean,
I'm
Jeez.
stupid. Oh, God. Try making conversation with you at dinner. Jesus.
what? Why are you guys just suddenly attacking each other? What happened? All Beth said was like there was a weird red
Nitpicking,
flag in
yeah.
a habit that you had. I don't think she was attacking your
Red
character.
flag. It's just traffic rules. You do it all the time so that when there is traffic, you do it without thinking about it.
He's right. I always do it.
I mean, that doesn't bode well if Jose is always doing it, though.
When I hear safe, I hear boring.
I know.
Oh, so
Yeah,
is she.
Alexis
Okay.
says boring.
Okay, no. Wait. He said something about trying to have conversation with me. I saw the wheels spinning in his head, but the hamster looked dead, so...
I don't know why it took getting you on the radio to be honest with me about that you didn't like me. You're so honest about everything else. I don't see what the problem is now. Like, oh my God.
Okay, listen, if you were with me right now, you would see my eyes rolling. That's all I'm doing with this trash.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, you keep rolling your eyes. Keep rolling your eyes. Maybe you'll find a brain back there. Jesus.
Oh, this escalated so
Fight,
fast.
fight.
No, don't encourage
Alexis,
them.
what happened? I mean, it's just like two people bond over hating kids, and then suddenly they hate each other. I don't get where we...
I've heard of love fests on our show, but this is our first hate fest, I think, for sure.
Are you guys enjoying this, or are you actually angry?
I'm just
feel
thinking
mad.
of all the other times that we were in the car together. Are you mad that I let a pedestrian have the right of way, or should I just run him over? Would that have turned you on?
Honestly, you know what? No. Honestly, go yourself, loser. I don't need this.
Oh, my God. Okay.
She said
Oh,
more
you know what? Here's one for the road. You should call Mattel because you're so fake, Barbies. Oh, Barbie's jealous now.
Okay, that
Okay,
didn't...
yeah, no, you know what? Eddie, you should have quit while you were ahead on
That
that.
didn't hit very well.
As much as I want this conversation to continue so we could listen forever, I do need to stop down and ask real quick if the two of you would like to continue insulting each other in person, and we'll pay for that.
Ken, would you like to go out with Barbie?
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me.
Oh, burn.
Oh, now he's burning us because we don't have enough money.
Yeah.
How did you know we were broke?
Yeah. Good one, Eddie.
I feel like you two are too similar to go out.
But Beth, I do need to ask for legal purposes. Would you like to go out on another date with Eddie?
That's a hard no. But what I am going to do after this phone call is I'm going to buy a cute little cactus, then name it after Eddie because you're a prick.
Wow, she's got zingers.
Dude, don't come at her, Eddie.
Yes.
Oh, do me next.
You're like a cloud because when the clouds disappear, it becomes a beautiful day. You're a cloud.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Still.
All right.
No.
Oh, probably should get all that.
Terrible.
Yeah. If you're looking to insult somebody,
Yeah.
maybe don't go with you're a cloud.
You know what? It's all of you.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You go out on a date, and you can't figure out a reason in the world why this person didn't get back to you. So you email us. We'll give them a call for you to ask them why. Today we've got Wayne on the phone. Wayne, how are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. So you went out on a date. What's the girl's name, by the way?
Her name's Meredith.
Meredith. All right. Is she 90?
Oh, come on. Meredith is a cool name.
Meredith is a pretty old name.
What about Meredith Vieira?
Again,
Meredith.
it's an old name. All right, anyway, so you went out with Meredith. What'd you guys do?
Here's the deal. I know this girl through work. She's not my department or anything, but, I know her okay. We talked around the building and everything. We did, one little project together, and so
Okay.
it was supposed to be just a pretty cool time. We went out for dinner, and then I wasn't sure if we were going to do drinks or something afterwards. I was thinking maybe karaoke, but, it didn't matter. Because by the time we got done with drinks, we ended up going back to my place.
Nice.
Oh, you
And
skipped
nice.
the karaoke.
So it was going great. And we ended up, making out. And that's exactly what happened, of course. So we just, made out, sort of on my couch.
Uh-huh.
Anything
It
else?
was 2 hours of, making out on my couch. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Hours.
that sounds like some chafage, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So you made out for 2 hours. You guys didn't hook up. You just made out for 2 hours on your couch.
We were, we did pretty much everything, all right?
Okay.
It was very sexy.
Yeah, you don't have to give us all the details.
Everything but.
The point is, it was really sexy. It was really hot, and it was definitely more than just kissing.
All right.
And basically, she all of a sudden sort of jumped up on me and was like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, that's
And
understandable.
I can't do this anymore. And well, not totally understandable. She's been on my couch for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess not understandable, but I've had women do that before. Usually there's some weird kind of reason. So she got up and said she couldn't do it
Right.
anymore, and then did she just leave right after?
Right. Well, exactly. I thought maybe something was going on. I tried to find out what was going on. She didn't really say anything. She kind of just bailed. I didn't want to be weird.
Right.
And so, I've seen her at work a couple times. It's a tough situation because I don't want to make things awkward at work, but she's, completely not returning my calls, and I'm just like, if anybody can help me with this problem, it's Jubal.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
calling.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
the worst saying that could ever have been said in the history of mankind.
I don't know where you work, but they should give you a raise. That's all I know.
Well, I feel like you understand women.
Yes.
Oh my
I do.
gosh, that's the second worst
he
statement.
does.
Definitely.
He does.
What does he understand
All
about
right.
women?
So we're going to call her right after this and ask
All
her
right.
why, okay?
Thank you.
And you're prepared that this could bring some sort of HR violation against you.
I hope not, but yes, I'm hoping for the best here.
Okay, we're going to call her right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Okay, today's second date update, I'm hoping that nobody gets fired over. Wayne went out with his coworker Meredith. They ended up making out on his couch for a long time after dinner. She then just jumped up and said, "I can't do this," and left. They haven't talked since. He's seen her around the office place. Things are kind of awkward. So he emailed us to call her and find out why. Wayne, you ready to call her?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Right.
Wait.
I just want to see the
Wayne.
conversation that you're going to have with your bosses later. But I don't want to freak you out, sorry.
Wayne, you have no idea why she would jump up after a 2-hour makeout session.
I have no idea. She said I can't do it anymore. I'm only guessing right now.
Hello, Meredith here.
Hey, Meredith, how are you?
Good. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay. Well, let me stop you right here. I didn't enter any contact or anything, and there's another Meredith in the office. So,
No, I think
I'm Meredith Price. I don't.
Meredith, let me ask you this. Are you a Meredith that has gone out with a guy named Wayne in your office?
Yes.
Okay, then you are the Meredith we want to talk to. This is a thing we do on our show called Second Date Update. You went out with Wayne. You guys kind of messed around on his couch or whatever. Then you got up and left and haven't talked since. And so he wanted us to call you and find out the reason why.
I can't believe you would call the radio station. This is really weird.
I understand that it can be kind of weird, but it's helped a lot of people.
And
not true.
that's true. That's true, Meredith. It really has. And the thing is that, he kind of told us some details of the date, but we heard his side of the story, and he won't return his calls, so he just can't figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I feel really bad about that. I was going to talk to him about that at some point.
Oh, perfect. Then we just help the process along. So why don't you talk to us about it? Why'd you end up leaving his place?
Oh, my God. I mean,
Meredith, think of it this way. He already aired your dirty laundry. You might as well tell your side of the story because he didn't make you look too great.
because I won't return his calls or because the date wasn't good? Because I think that the date went well.
Okay, so you liked the date. What made you leave after you guys were just making out? He said, this is what he says. He said you like hopped up, said, I can't do this, and left and haven't talked to him.
Yeah. I don't, it's really personal, but I mean, he's a really nice guy. I'm kind of just embarrassing to kind of talk about it.
We promise we're not going to make fun of you. We just want to know why.
I mean, I have to tell him anyway because I feel really bad, you know. And he is a really nice guy, and I didn't expect to really enjoy it so much, and it really we made out for a while.
Okay.
And then things got very serious, and at a certain point, I just said, "Okay, I don't want it to go any further," and I guess I left rather abruptly, and
so was it like moving too fast for you?
Yes.
Okay, and that's the only reason it was moving too fast for you, so you just left and have been too embarrassed to talk to him since?
Yes, and also, you know, it was to, and usually I get a chance to kind of explain a few things about myself to the person, but then, like I said, it just got, and not that he was being forceful or anything, you know, I was really into it.
How long do you normally wait before you sleep with a guy?
A really long time. I'm kind of still waiting for that.
Oh, wait. I know what's happening.
You're a
Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at Jose. I know what's happening. You're a virgin.
I know what's happening. Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. How old are you, Meredith?
I'm 27.
You're 27-year-old
Bless
virgin.
your heart.
Lydia was a virgin until she was 24, so you've got someone here that's on your side.
Kindred spirits.
Oh, that's so nice.
Okay,
I'm the only one of my friends, actually, that's still waiting.
So you experienced some tingly feelings in your funny parts and didn't know how to deal with it. Well, I'm saying, and you didn't know how to deal with it, so you left. That's the reason.
I guess because also I do really like him, and I mean, it was like almost point of no return, and I've just been waiting so long, so I couldn't just, you know, and I just didn't know how to handle it very well, I guess, because usually I explain it to the guy a little bit first, and I get feedback.
Meredith?
On like how, yes.
Wayne is on the phone right now.
I'm sorry, what?
Wayne?
Hello.
Now this is kind of awkward, isn't it? Do you have anything to say?
Oh, my God.
Don't be embarrassed about that. Hey, you know, you're an adult. That's fine that you've waited. There's really no big deal. Like, that's good for you. I'm glad, you know, that you're comfortable with yourself. And Wayne just found that out. Wayne, one, you were almost got the golden ticket the other night. Congratulations. And two, how does that make you feel?
I mean, listen, I feel like my brain just exploded a little bit. I'm like, I'm totally shocked. I just had no idea. I just feel sort of embarrassed and a little, I don't know, man. But listen, I just have to say, Meredith, you can hear me?
Yes.
My stepmother, she was a virgin when she married my dad, and they were both like 29.
Oh, what?
And I feel like, I don't know, my dad always thought that was great, and it's always meant a lot to her that she did that. So I don't know, I feel like I have an example of that in my life, and I guess I just feel a little embarrassed that maybe I pushed things a little bit on the date. I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable or anything.
No, it was definitely mutual. But honestly, Wayne, it's not that I'm just looking for the right person. I really want to wait till I get married.
Okay, listen, well, that's what I'm saying is I sort of get that, you know what I mean? To each their own, you know what I mean? And I just feel like that's your value system, and I totally respect that. And I mean, if we're able to have as much fun as we had the other night, I feel like it's not necessarily a problem.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Wayne, either you're one of the world's best BSers, or you sound like an awesome dude. The show wants to offer you guys a second date if you'll go out again. Meredith, it sounds like he has no problem with the fact that you're a 27-year-old virgin, and he's willing to respect that. Right, Wayne?
Actually, in fact, I'd actually like to one-up you guys. I don't need you guys to offer the second date. I would actually like to ask Meredith if she would like to go on a date with me a second time. And it's completely on me. And it's my pleasure.
Awesome. That saves us money. Meredith?
That's so sweet. That was really
Do it,
you're
Meredith.
a great guy.
Do it.
Say yes.
Come on.
If it, I mean, at least we can have a second date and try, because guys will say this and then 6 months into it, they
Meredith?
can't. Yes.
Don't think about that.
Don't put other guys on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Meredith?
No, yes.
If you don't lock him down now, Brooke and Lydia will both sleep with
I
him. So
He's so sweet.
take him up on the
So
second
cute.
date. That's what I say. Go out and see if he's legit.
Okay.
Oh, I'm legit.
Yes.
We're gonna go see like a Disney movie or something.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I feel
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is brought to you by peer pressure. That's right. When you don't even want to go out on a date with somebody, but your friends really want to know why, and they pressure you into doing a second date update. That's a little bit of peer pressure. Kate is on the phone with us. Her email actually said this: "Hey guys, I went out on a date with a guy named Chris. I'm not that interested in getting a date with him, but my friends met him and they want me to do a second date update with you. So can I do one?" The answer is, of course. It's a lot different than most of the second date updates we do. But Kate, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh my God, I just see you telling your friends, fine, I'll do it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell us about the guy that you don't really care about calling today, but your friends do.
His name is Chris, and I mean, he was really nice. There's nothing, terrible about him. We just really did not click whatsoever.
Okay.
So, I don't get-
So why do your friends want to do a second date update so bad?
Here's the story about how our date went. We met online, but we met up at a bar, and my friends were there for support, as they do. And I don't want to be mean, but he's really super nerdy.
Okay.
And I am not.
Okay.
We had nothing in common. He wanted to talk about like sci-fi TV shows he watches and like weird books he read in college. It's just like nothing that I was interested in.
Did you, when he walked in the door and you saw him for the first time, did you immediately think this is not going to work?
The first time I laid eyes on him, I actually was hoping it wasn't him because I never saw his picture online. So I didn't know what to expect. And
Oh, no.
Well, it sounds like you hate this guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate him. It just wasn't a good match for us.
Okay.
Why would your friends ever think that you should pursue this then if you are not attracted to this guy whatsoever?
Like a joke?
Like I said, they were at the bar with me, and they even were going on about how on the date he was so into me. He was buying me all the drinks and trying to, touch my arm and being really flirty with me. And then their curiosity is, going crazy right now because it's been a week and he hasn't reached out to me at all.
So
And
it's
I've actually been kind of curious too.
so it's more of, hey, this nerdy guy was super into you and now he's not calling you back. Who does he think he is?
I don't like you, not the other way
Yeah.
around.
Is that what this is about?
That's pretty much it.
Oh my God. So if we call him and we find out he's just been busy or something and he actually does want to go out with you, are you going to want to go out with him?
No, I absolutely don't want to go on another date with him.
Oh my gosh. What do we do then?
I just want to know why you didn't call me back.
So it's just confusing to you why a guy who would be, well, confusing to you and your friends, I guess I should say, why a guy who seems to be totally into you is blowing you off.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Have you tried to get a hold of him at all?
No. Oh, gosh, no.
Why would you?
Oh my God, I feel like you should leave this person alone. You're like picking on him at this point.
I already feel bad for him.
Don't feel bad for him. He's the one not calling me back.
Yeah. Who does that? Let me ask you a question. When you meet up with dudes and you go out on dates, do they always get back to you?
I mean, yeah, they do. I mean, I'm a good catch.
Okay.
But maybe, what if this guy's just not an idiot and it was very clear that you weren't interested in him, so he's not wasting his time on you?
That's not an excuse. He should have taken the chance.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, get this guy on the phone, and find out why in the world he wouldn't be calling you back.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The best way I can describe the second date update today is this. Imagine you go for a job interview and you're really super qualified, like overqualified for the job. Like you shouldn't even really be interviewing for it. Like they'd be a fool not to hire you. And then they don't call you back for a second interview and you're like, what the How could I possibly not get a call back? This is ridiculous. And then you're like, what did I do wrong? I have all the qualifications. Why is that job blowing me off? That's ridiculous. I should be the one to go, no, thank you. I don't want to work there. I got a better, higher paying job. Well, that's what happened to Kate. She met a guy. She didn't really like him very much, but now he's not calling her back, so she just wants to get him on the phone and find out why. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even want to get him on the phone. Her friends pressured her into doing a second date update. Is that a pretty accurate way to describe it, Kate?
That's exactly it. I'm kind of curious, but my friends are really curious.
Do you feel, you guys kind of sound like the Cool Girls Club picking on the dorky kid in high school right now. You realize that.
We're not picking on him. We just want to know what's his deal. Why is he not calling me back?
Yeah, I'm so confused, too. After talking to you for a few seconds, I wanted to call you for a date, So we'll dial the phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Chris.
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Chris, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because we recently got an email from one of our listeners. They asked if we could get a hold of you.
Why would someone email you about me?
Because I guess you're a pretty fabulous dude and they'd love to see you again.
Are you guys messing with me? What is this?
No. One of our listeners sent us an email and asked to get a hold of you because you guys went out on a date and then you didn't call her after the date. So she's wondering why, like if she did something wrong.
I mean, the only date I've been on in the past month was with this girl named Kate. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe.
Well, is it or isn't it?
It is, actually. Yeah, Kate wanted us to get a hold of you.
Wait, are you serious?
I am 100% serious. Kate emailed us and is wondering why you haven't called her after you guys met up.
That's awesome. Okay.
Awesome in a good way or awesome in like a,
No,
that's
it's a
awesome.
great way.
Okay.
No, that was, I got to tell you, hands down, that was definitely the best date I've ever had.
Really?
What? Oh, no.
Yeah.
The best date you've ever had, but you haven't called her. So usually I follow that up by calling the person or texting them and asking them out again. Why haven't you done that?
No, I did. I sent her a message on OkCupid.
Oh, you did?
On the dating website.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she had just opened the email, she'd know that I was working on something, you know?
Okay. So is that what you want me to tell her then? You're busy with work and you'll get back to her when?
Well, as soon as I'm finished. I think it's going to take a few more days. I'm not sure. I mean, I would rather talk to her myself, but...
So you just you're working all night long because your job is that demanding or something?
No, it's not. I just think that I want to finish something, that's a really nice gesture before I reach out to her.
A nice gesture?
What do you mean?
Like some pics? Like a photo shoot or something?
No.
It takes all day, multiple days to get one of those right.
What kind of gesture are you talking about?
I'm talking, this is going to sound corny. I've been writing a short story about our date.
You've been what? Wait, what did you say?
I've been writing a short story about our date.
A short story?
That you're going to have her read, or you're going to try to publish?
No, I just really want to, get it out of my heart, and show her what I really feel.
Is it a book or?
No, it's a short story. It might be a short film. I might write it into a screenplay one day.
What's it about?
Oh, wow.
It's about our first date.
What was so great about your first date that it inspired you to write a story?
Well, if you don't mind, I can just tell you a little bit about it right now, like the rundown of the plot.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, it's about, obviously, boy meets girl, against all odds, sort of love story. On one side, you've got, this guy, he's a college-educated, driven, he's funny, people like him, he's charismatic.
And that's the you character, obviously.
Obviously, that's me.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
And on the other side, you have the girl, this beautiful, beautiful mess, that's...
Beautiful mess?
Oh, no.
She just kind of looks like, if I'm going to be honest, like she's been around the block.
Okay.
What does that even mean? How does a woman look like that?
It's against all odds, It's like two sides of the track. It's like two opposite faces of a coin.
Right.
How much more different can someone be?
So you're saying that you are a very successful, smart man, and she's just a mess who's been around.
She sounds like a hooker from the way you're describing her.
A beautiful hooker.
Like it's Pretty Woman all over again.
I mean, I guess it does have, shades of Pretty Woman, but the good parts only. But, I do have a title, a working title.
Really? What is it?
Dirty Girl.
Dirty Girl. And this is the romantic gesture that you've been planning on giving her.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think that calling her basically just a wreck and comparing her to a prostitute like in Pretty Woman and calling it Dirty Girl is going to be a good thing?
Okay, I didn't say Pretty Woman. You guys said Pretty Woman, all right? I said shades of Pretty Woman.
Got it.
And she's not a prostitute. She's a girl that's lost her way. A guy comes into her life and, he saves her. And I'm really glad you guys reached out to me because, I wasn't sure if she was going to get back to me or if I should reach out to her.
Yeah. Well, you actually kind of have reached out to her.
Yeah, I've been listening the whole time.
What? Wait, Kate, is that really you? Hey.
Are you delusional? Were we even on the same date?
What's the matter?
What? Do you really not understand what the problem is? Were you not listening to what you were saying out loud?
Of course I was. What, you didn't like it?
Oh my God. You really thought that I would like what you wrote?
Yeah. Has anyone ever written a romantic novel for you before?
Not one where I end up being a prostitute, a dumb prostitute, and the guy is some college
I never said
smart
dumb
ass.
prostitute. I never said dumb prostitute.
That is true. We made the prostitute comparison with Pretty Woman, but that's what it kind of sounded like to us.
Thank you.
I am just shocked that this is happening. I am so out of your league, by the way. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, of course you are, and that's why the story's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
And I'm sure you've been with plenty of men, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm totally cool with that.
You're not helping your case, Chris.
Oh, my God.
Kate, you've got to see at some point, I mean, he is a romantic at heart. He's a little naive and doesn't exactly know how to talk to women, but it's a little sweet.
I am just so offended right now. I don't know what to do. No one has ever talked to me like that before. No one has ever said those things to me before.
I think what you have to do is go out on another date with him. Chris, would you like a second date with Kate? We will pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No second date. That's not happening.
But Kate, you're the one that wanted us to call him in the first place, so this could be a successful second date for you.
I don't want to give him any more material for his novel about me being a dumb prostitute, so no way.
Listen, I just need you to read the story, okay? I think if you read it, everything will be explained and you'll understand everything.
Chris, I'm sorry, man. I don't think Kate is going to see your point of view on this one.
Kate, I want you to know that no matter what happens today, you will always be my dirty girl.
Lovelier words have never been spoken, have they, Kate?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592. It says, that guy is definitely a weirdo, but that girl is not much better.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. This girl, Kate, wanted to call a guy named Chris. They went out on a date, and she was just amazed that he wasn't calling her back. They actually kind of met at a bar and everything else. And they hung out, and she's like, dude, I'm way out of his league.
Yeah, poor
Why
guy.
is he not calling me? She didn't even really care that much if she got a date. It was more that her friends put her up to it and said, you have to do a second date update to find out why this guy would not call you back because you're the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
So-
Suddenly they're in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Hot lingo,
Yeah.
babe.
We got him on the phone, and it was kind of weird because he said, no, I want to call her back, but I'm writing a short story about her, and I wanted to present it to her when we went out on our date.
It was such karma, though, you know? Like, she was so stuck up about herself.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the story, he said, was about how a smart, like, well-educated dude meets a beautiful mess of a woman.
Who's been around the block a couple of times.
Dirty
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. And it was called something like Dirty Girl. That was the working title. She was offended by that, obviously.
Of course.
A lot of text in at 78592 that says, I'll go out with him. I'm a romantic like that. So apparently that wouldn't creep that person out that the dude was writing a short story about her. Another text that says, what every girl hopes for before Valentine's Day, you'll always be my dirty girl.
Yeah.
And we're also getting lots of texts in. Earlier in the show, at about 7:10, we did a survey of Americans that talked about how the little things that piss people off.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and one of those was when people use pet names when they don't know you, like sweetheart or buddy or things like that. And Brooke made a comment, like, it's so condescending when people say sweetheart. And Jose and I were like, dude, you do that all the time
Which
to
I
people.
didn't realize.
Yeah,
Second date
It's one
you
of those
really
things
do.
where you don't realize you're doing it, and then now I can't stop hearing it and everything.
And we're getting a lot of texts in at 78592 from the second date update because Brooke called the guy sweetheart while she, sweetheart.
But
while
it
she
was like
talking to him.
I felt like we were connected, you know, and it wasn't meant to
So,
be condescending.
that worked
had
out.
a lot of heart for him, man.
That worked out perfectly, I guess. Proof that you do that. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Look, in the oven. It's a cake. It's a pie.
What?
No, it's Captain Casserole. That's right. Able to chop faster than a magic bullet from QVC. More powerful than a ninja food processor. Able to peel a potato with a single slice. Captain Casserole. His food hits your plate and your pants hit the floor.
Get it, Captain
That's his
Casserole.
superpower.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Jesse is on the phone. Jesse is now better known as Captain Casserole. And why do I call him that? Because Jesse went out on a date with Adrian, and he made her his famous chicken casserole, he says. They ate it. They had a good time. But during that date, he showed her his comic book room. I guess he's a big collector of comic books. And he thinks that she might have been turned off by that because after he showed her that, the conversation seemed kind of forced, and then she left, and now she will only respond to him if he's like, hey, how are you? She'll respond to that, but every time he asks her out, she says she's busy. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if it was the comic books that turned her off. You ready to go, Captain Casserole?
Yeah, I just want to know. I mean, that's all I can think of is that maybe it was my comic book.
Let's not forget you're also wearing a Green Lantern ring to top it all off.
I think it's cool. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Captain Casserole. I'm going to be your sidekick. Kid Dyson. Captain Casserole and Kid Dyson.
Dyson, huh?
Yeah. That's a brand of kitchen stuff, isn't it?
No, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shows how well I know cooking. All right. I'm going to dial the phone right now. Hey, either way, we can get all the household stuff done. I'll still be Kid Dyson.
Yeah, you can cook, you can clean.
All right, here we go. Kid souffle may be better. Kid
Cuisinart.
souffle.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's better.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adrian, please?
Yes, this is she.
Adrian, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you recently went on. We do I'll tell you what it is before you get too weirded out. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. You recently went out with a guy named Jesse, and he emailed us about you. So we're calling to find out why you're not calling Jesse back.
Well, this is really weird to be put on the spot like this.
I know, I understand. Do you not want to go out with him again?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I don't care. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to him. Why don't you want to go out with him again, though?
So, I mean, I went over to his house for dinner, and he had talked himself up as this really great cook, like one of the best in his circle of friends or whatever. And
yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he was a pretty good cook, and he said that he made you his signature chicken casserole.
Yeah, first off, chicken casserole is that's not a food. That's something you take to a potluck. That's something,
I was actually kind of thinking the same thing. Really? Yeah. Come on. I mean, it's a casserole. It's like a throw-to meal that you do when you're like a working mom.
See, I don't cook. I heard the word casserole, and I was like, wow. That sounds hard.
But, you got to give the guy a break. He's like a single dude, so.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And, I'm a huge foodie. But, if it's good, if it's delicious casserole, by all means, change my mind. Prove it to me, But it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Really? Was it that bad?
Oh, no.
It was so bad, and he had talked it up so much.
He said that you ate it and seemed to like it.
Well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I have certain manners that I try to,
AKA,
So you were being polite.
Yeah.
Was it like can of mushroom soup bad type of casserole?
Oh, it had to have cream of something soup.
Again, I'm not tracking with you guys because cream of anything soup sounds good to me.
No.
Sounds delicious.
No, that cream of mushroom soup that you get at the dollar store and you pull it out and it's like this gelatinous mass. Listen, my grandma used to make that
Dude, the cream of mushroom soup. I love that stuff.
Okay, well, if you like it so much, fine. But personally, I would not give that slop to my dog.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like he made a delicious meal to me, but I guess I don't get it. So is that the only reason then that you just didn't like his cooking?
It's one of my deal breakers. One of my priorities is that if I'm going to date someone, he needs to be able to cook. He needs to know how to cook for a woman. He needs to know how to set a table, present a meal.
All right.
Wow.
The comic book thing have anything to do with it? I know that you voiced your concerns about the food. He thought the reason you didn't want to go out with him was his big comic book collection.
Actually, we looked at that stuff after dinner, and I felt physically ill. So I was just trying to, keep it together.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no.
No, it was. And I don't understand how. I'm really worried because if that's his signature dish, right? It's cold in the center. It wasn't even cooked all the way through. If that's his pride and joy, then, what does everything else taste like? I'm completely terrified to think about that being inflicted on another woman.
I feel like the second date has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And you're just destroying him.
It's like Food Network right now.
Yeah, well, one of his friends needs to sit him down because they've clearly, let him think that he's good at this.
Okay. Well, Adrian, I do have to tell you that you kind of have already told him because he's actually on the other line listening.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. Jesse, you there?
You really didn't like it?
Oh my God.
I've made that for people and they love it. I don't understand.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jesse, but they were just being nice to you because it tastes like trash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disgusting. It's unconscionably disgusting.
Are you
Jesse, nobody's ever told you that your food is bad before? The way Adrian is describing it, it's the worst thing on the planet.
Nobody has even said anything remotely like this at all.
Dude, Jesse, She is being so mean to you. Even if your food is that bad, like, I don't know why you're still, like, even being nice to her at all.
Well, I mean, if she's right and my cooking's that bad, I mean, I can't fault her for being upset about it. I mean,
they could, like,
nobody's told me this before.
Listen, someone needed to tell you, and someone's told you, so you can move forward now. I guess. You need a class. You need a class.
You said class? I thought you said slap.
I heard that.
I thought you were like, you need a slap. I was like, you want to physically assault him, Adrian?
No. I mean, maybe someone could, but no. I just take a class. You know, if you like to cook, you can get better. I'm sure you can. You can't cook for another woman like that. Like, you just can't. It's not right.
What if I just had an off night? Like, I just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe you just didn't like that particular recipe. What if we have a do-over and I make you baked ziti?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. No do-overs. No, like, if you can't cook a casserole to warmth in the center, that's basic cooking skills. That's common sense.
Adrian, you should be on one of those cooking shows as a judge.
Yes.
Like, you are perfect for it.
I just know good food, and I know what I like, and it's important to me.
Okay, well, at this point, I need to ask you anyway. Would you like to go on a second date with Jesse? We will pay for it.
The only way I would ever go out with Jesse again is if he took a cooking class and he completed it, and I viewed the certificate with my own two eyes.
Wow.
Well, why don't we take one together? Then you know firsthand that I've gotten better.
No, I'm not taking a class with you because I don't need it, frankly. You take the class, you show me the certificate, maybe we can talk.
Whoa.
So I can call you after I take this class?
Oh, Jesse, come on.
What are you doing? Get a spine, man. Say no.
Yes, you can call me after you take a cooking class. We'll see.
Hey.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Jesse.
take a cooking class.
Come on, man. Like, really? You're going to go take a whole class and everything and show her a certificate just to get a second date?
Well, she's made a lot of good points. I mean, nobody else has told me this. At least she's upfront and honest with me about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't care about, like, the time, the energy, the effort you put into the night.
I mean, if I'm that bad, then yeah, I mean, I guess she has a right to be upset.
Thank you. At least you're open to improvement. You know, like, if you want to be better, then that's something I can get on board with.
Well, there you go. I think this is kind of a successful second date, sort of.
It's so weird.
I mean, they always say, like, in couples, hey, you guys should make each other better. Doesn't matter if you do it by just degrading the other person until they do it. And that's what Adrian just did for Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Thanks for the help. And if you guys know of any good cooking classes, let me know.
I'll have people text it in 78592. Where can Jesse find a good cooking class? Women like a man who's well-read.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody who's very knowledgeable about the classics, like the Green Lantern, X-Men, Superman, things like that.
Comic books.
Yeah, they love it. Jesse is on the phone with us right now, and he's having trouble getting a call back from a girl named Adrian. Apparently, he thinks that his love for comic books might have turned her off. We'll get into that in a second. Jesse, how are you?
I wish I was doing better.
I guess, otherwise you wouldn't be doing a second date. So the girl who you want to call today, her name is Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how you met her.
Well, we were both at a party like a month ago. She was gorgeous and seemed really cool. So we got to talking and we got to drinking. And before I left, I made sure I asked her out. And she said yes. And I asked her to come to my apartment because I wanted to cook her a meal.
Oh, wait, that was going to be your first date? Like, that's pretty intimate for a first date.
Well, I figured, we started talking about food and what she really liked. And then I mentioned that I like to cook. And it just kind of led from there.
That's awesome. So how did it go?
I thought it went pretty well. I make this really awesome chicken casserole. Like, it's my go-to dish.
Go-to dish?
A chicken casserole?
Are you a good cook?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints. I like to cook. My mom taught me to cook, and I made this chicken casserole for her. I made cocktails. We had candles. Like, I pulled out all the stops.
So you made it romantic. When she walked in, she knew, like, this guy is putting effort in.
About to get...
About
to get it on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but...
Or just have a nice dinner.
To make it that obvious.
Did anything like that happen on your date?
No.
Oh.
No, I was kind of hoping, but I got a hug at the end of the night. I didn't even get a kiss.
Oh, you didn't? Oh. Did she linger for a long time after dinner, or was it like, all right, good chicken, I'm out?
Well, we talked after dinner, and that's kind of when the comic book thing comes up, because she kind of noticed a couple things around my apartment, and I also wear a Green Lantern ring, and so she kind of asked me like that. She was like, oh, that's really cool, what is that? And so I explained it to her. And
you wear it, hang on one second, Jesse, you wear a Green Lantern ring all the time?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like comic books, and I like... It's a long story, but I mean, it has to do with Green Lantern and willpower, and I mean, it's not the nerdiest thing in the world.
It's up there. It's close. It may not be quite the nerdiest, but it's definitely in top 5.
All right. Well, she didn't think it was the nerdiest thing in the world. I mean, she thought it was okay. Mm-hmm. So, and then I started showing her around my apartment, and then we get to what I affectionately call the Fortress of Solitude, where I have all of my collectibles and my comic books.
So you showed her your Fortress of Solitude and your comic book collection and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I take good care of that stuff, and it's all nice and mounted on walls and framed and all that good stuff. And
so it's put together. It's not like you're walking into a college dorm room where there's a bunch of comic books thrown around, some empty pizza boxes everywhere.
No. Like, I mean, I have shelves on the wall and signed books and things like that and all that stuff, and everything's in cabinets. And
you're a legit enthusiast and a collector.
Yeah, I mean, I've collected since I was a kid, so, I mean, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, so I figured she's going to find out sooner or later, and I'm not ashamed of it. So I show her the room, and she kind of got quiet. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought maybe, she's in awe of my collection. Mm-hmm. Kind of nodded a lot and just didn't seem that thrilled by it.
Really?
And then conversation got a little bit more strained after that.
How so?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, before, it was just, back and forth, oh, yeah, you like that? Oh, that's cool. And whereas then it just got kind of weird.
Yeah. Sort of just putting the brakes on everything like Superman in a room full of kryptonite. Am I right?
Nice analogy, bro.
That's a good reference, yeah.
Why do you think that your comic book collection would have turned her off, though?
I mean, if I had just things strewn around or I was running around in, like, Superman underwear, yeah, I guess that could be a thing. But it's something I'm passionate about. I take care of it, and I have a nice place. So that's the only thing I can think of that may have weirded her out.
I mean, I think that women appreciate a guy who definitely has interests. But if you take it to, like, an OCD level, or maybe she thinks you're immature...
Well, I mean, it's not like I play with the toys that are in there. I mean, they're all on shelves.
You do wear a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's legit jewelry. It's not like I'm wearing a plastic thing I got.
Okay.
It's legit jewelry.
So that's the only thing you can think of from your date, though, is that she might have been turned off by your love for comics.
Yeah, I mean, everything else seemed to go well. She liked the food I made. She enjoyed the wine and all that good stuff. So
how many times since your date have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've sent her text messages, and she'll kind of respond back with, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm just really busy. But then when I mention, hey, let's hang out or let's get together, I get the silence.
Nothing back. I think that means she doesn't want to go out again. But I'm not a genius. I can't pick up on that stuff very well. That's why we'll play a song, we'll come back and call her and get your second date, okay?
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yep, just hang on.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It always sucks when you meet somebody and you hit it off, like texting back and forth. Mm-hmm. Everything seems cool, and then they just sort of fade away. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Did I meet somebody else? Did I say something weird? And you like check your text over and over again. You're like, oh my God, I put ... when I should have put a comma.
Too many smiley faces.
You just start thinking about it too much. Like, what did I say? It's even worse when that person actually texts you and says, hey, don't text me anymore. And that's what happened to Jake, who is on the phone with us right now. Jake, what's up? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So the girl that you want us to call today actually said, don't call me anymore.
Yeah, she did.
That's okay.
And did anything happen leading up to that you can think of, or she just all of a sudden said it?
I really don't know. I've gone over everything a million times. She just one day just said, "I need you to stop texting me," and that was that. That was the last I heard of her.
First of all, why don't you explain who this girl is? Who do you want us to call today?
Her name is Isabella.
Isabella.
She's a friend of a friend. I met her at a party at my place, and she was just amazing. She had great hair, she was like the perfect height. I'm not a really particularly tall guy, but
What is the perfect height?
I like women who are a little on the short side, like 5 foot, 5'1", something like that. And
Yeah.
she was right there.
If you're a short dude, most of the time you like somebody who's smaller than you. Me, I personally like women who are taller than me because I think it's funny when they have to bend down to kiss me, but that's just me. So you met her at your house at a party. You hung out that night.
Yeah, she came in with a bunch of my friends, and I immediately just made a beeline for her and just said, I said hi to my friends, and then and I introduced myself, and we just started talking.
And were you somewhat sober, or were you guys pretty sloppy by the end of the evening?
I wasn't too drunk. I was a little tipsy, but she was pretty drunk at the end of the night.
And by the whole night, you mean the whole night?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she got there around like 10, and then the party started winding down right around 2 or 3 in the morning.
Jake, I didn't ask really how long she was there. I was asking if you did her.
That's why he
Did you guys hook up?
I mean, this is not the kind of girl that would happen with. This is the kind of girl I would take home to my mom.
Did she stay at your place?
She did, actually. She asked if she could crash in my apartment. So I set up my couch, I asked her, here's my couch, you can have a blanket, and here's a pillow, and I've asked her if she wanted anything else, but she said she wanted to, if it was possible, to sleep in my room, in my bed with me.
Oh.
Nice.
And you, of course, said yes to that.
Well, yeah.
And nothing happened between you two?
Nothing really. I mean, we just ended up kind of cuddling a little bit, and we kissed a little bit, but that was it. Nothing ever happened. I have nothing but respect for this woman. She's perfect.
So she obviously liked you enough to follow up with you after that night. How did your text conversations go? Like before she stopped talking to you?
Well, at first they were nice. We just talked about stuff we talked about that night and here and there. And then over time, as we text each other a little bit more after a few days, she just started not texting as much. And then they started feeling a little cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just said, "I need you to stop texting me."
What was the last thing you had sent to her before she cut you off?
All I did was ask her if she wanted to hang out this weekend.
Ooh.
And that's when she said, "Stop texting me"?
Yeah.
How much were you texting her?
I mean, we were texting each other pretty often. I mean, in the beginning, it was maybe once
No, Jake,
every...
Jake, I didn't ask how much you were texting each other. How much were you texting her?
Mm-hmm.
A lot, let's just say.
Okay.
I was texting her a lot.
All right. Do you think it's too much, or do you think there's anything that you said in any of your text messages? I guarantee you've read over all of them by now if you're wondering why she told you to stop texting her.
I didn't say anything offensive. I didn't say anything that could be even remotely controversial. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean...
And there's no interaction you've had outside of texting, like say on Facebook, you don't have anything super offensive up there that she could have disliked?
No. I really don't think I do anything wrong. I mean, I listen to you guys all the time. I know what people have done wrong in the past. I'm not the kind of guy that does that stuff.
You're not withholding any weird information from us, are you? Because that's usually what happens. Okay.
No.
You sound like just a generally nice guy.
Maybe because I'm thinking about it too much, but maybe that's it. The whole... Because I couldn't... Throughout the night, I just couldn't say no to her. I brought her drinks. I just brought things over to her. I just said pretty much yes to everything. Yes, you can stay at my place. Yes, you can stay in my bed.
A little bit of a doormat, you think?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. The next time, offer to get her a drink, go get it for her, and then drink it right in front of her.
Or
and
spill
then go
it
say,
on
hey,
her.
it's pretty good. You might want to go get your own. All right, man. We're going to play a song, come back, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Jake, I think I figured out what your problem is.
What's that?
Well, you're having problems with a girl named Isabella who you want us to call. You were texting with her a bunch, and then she finally just said, hey, don't text me anymore. Now, I was talking to everybody here off the air kind of about the situation and what they think it could be. Everybody in here thinks you're annoying. And
not true at
I personally don't don't feel that way. I think you sound like a nice guy to me, but
Don't listen
I mean,
to him,
they
Jake.
say you might be kind of annoying. Maybe you were kind of annoying to her and texting her too much. I think you're a great guy. I don't think you're annoying at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But do you think that's a possibility, though? Do you think that maybe you just texted her too much after you met her and she finally was like, okay, this guy's a little overboard?
Right. That is possible.
Okay.
God, you're a nice guy. If she does end up saying something that's mean, just, don't let it crush you too much, okay, Jake?
All right.
Just prepare.
All right, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Isabella, please?
She's not here.
Okay. Who am I speaking with?
Can I help you?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. Who am I speaking with?
This is Aaron. So, what do you want to talk to Isabella about?
This is Isabella's cell phone, correct?
Yeah, she's just not home. Something I can do for you?
Yeah. First of all, who are you, Aaron?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Isabella's significant other.
You're her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you guys been together?
I don't even know what you're calling about. Why do you want to know?
Well, we do a segment on our show, and it's going to kind of be an awkward conversation here, Aaron. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update.
Uh-huh.
And that's where if a listener of ours goes out on a date with somebody and ends up getting blown off, we get an email from them asking if we can call that person and ask why. So somebody sent us an email about Isabella.
That doesn't even make sense.
How long have you... Yeah, somebody recently met Isabella and has been texting with her and thought that everything was going well. And then Isabella kind of stopped responding to him and told them not to text anymore. And they were hoping to get a second date.
Are you in? Are you person? We're together. So there's no way she's going out on a date with someone else.
Yeah, right. No.
Especially not recently.
Hey, Aaron, I don't want to try to blow up her spot. Like, this might not be a bad thing. How long have you guys been together? Because it could be that she just recently met a guy or whatever.
No, it's not even possible. We've been together for a long time, on and off. So maybe during one of those off periods, something could have happened. But even that seems unlikely.
I know this is probably a hard phone call to take and to hear.
Not hard to hear because it doesn't make sense. Not even possible.
Aaron, a guy emailed us, and he's been texting with Isabella. They met at a party a few weeks ago, hung out, had a good time. He thought that she was into him, and then she said, don't text me anymore, and stop texting him. That's why he wanted us to call.
Right, but I'm on her phone now. I've checked her phone. There's no text messages from any guy. Okay, I can assure you of that.
You check her phone all the time?
Enough. We trust each other, whatever,
I like trust. 2 weeks ago, were you guys together or on a break? Because you said you guys have breaks.
Look, it's really none of your business at this point. It's not.
You don't even want to know if maybe your girlfriend is cheating on you?
Who the are you? I've already answered all of your dumb questions, so I think you need to off.
I'm just trying to help you get to the bottom of it because this is the phone number that we got from another dude who said that he met Isabella.
Look, if you have some guy that's calling you, then why don't you tell him he's mistaken and he's got the wrong person and she's got a boyfriend and to just, back off and stop harassing her.
Okay. I'll do that for you. Hey, Jake, back off. Isabella has a boyfriend. His name is Aaron.
This is so uncomfortable.
Aaron, Jake, the guy who says he met Isabella, is actually on the phone with us right now. Jake, say hi to Aaron.
Hey. So how long have you guys been dating? You never really answered that question.
Who the are you? I'm not even going to answer this. I don't even know who you are. I don't want to know who you are. You sound like a little bit of a dweeb, and I don't think she ever.
I met Isabella
Here's the deal, dude. Here's the deal.
We hung out for the whole night. She stayed in my bed. But it doesn't sound like you guys are really into each other. You won't even say how long you've been dating.
All right, dude. Here's the deal. I don't know who the you are. I don't have a problem with you, but you keep pushing down this road, we're going to have a problem. You need to back off. I don't know what you got going on. You've made a mistake, all right?
Jake,
why don't we just ask Isabella who she wants to get? Why don't we ask Isabella?
Yeah.
She wants.
Why don't we ask Isabella?
Oh, God, this is so
Aaron?
uncomfortable.
I mean, I know you have her phone right now, but how can we get a hold of her?
I'm not going to give you any of your info.
Where is she? She must be coming back soon.
This is ridiculous. I am with Isabella. We are together. No, you can't talk to her. No, we're not going to go through. I'm not going to listen to this pseudo shrink try to tell me that my relationship isn't working out. All right? So, off, maybe your radio show.
Maybe you guys weren't together 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago, Aaron. That's when Jake says he met Isabella, and she spent the night at his house.
In his bed.
In his bed. They made out. I mean, I feel bad for...
You don't feel that bad.
No, really,
That's
not that bad.
And Jake,
But Aaron, I mean, that 2 weeks ago, were you on a break 2 weeks ago?
I'm not getting into this with you guys. Obviously, I'm going to talk to her and see what's going on here.
I don't think they were on a break 2 weeks ago.
Jake, why do you keep pushing this? I mean, why would you even want to see Isabella at this point, dude?
Look, I understand people sometimes are in relationships just because they're convenient at the time. Maybe this is just because it's convenient.
This is insane. This is not happening, dude. Find another girl, all right?
I can't speak for her. No one speaks for
Why don't you,
anybody.
when you move out of your parents' house, why don't you go find a girl, all right?
Jake, you keep worrying about what she wants, but the last text message she sent you was not to talk to her again. So maybe she doesn't want to talk.
Well, how do we know it's not him who just sent that? How do we know he's telling the truth
That's a good
about all
point.
this?
I feel bad for Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, did you send that text message to Jake telling him not to text her anymore?
This is a total waste of my time. I don't know what you guys got going on, but you got the wrong guy on the wrong day. I'm out, and I'm done talking to you, and I'm done talking to that guy, and I do not listen to your radio show.
Hey,
so
no,
get
well,
over
that's
it,
what I was
all
going to ask you, if you would still tune in on occasion.
Yeah.
If you could check us out.
Yeah, sure.
Moving
You know
nine.
what? Why don't you send your autographed picture to someone else, because I don't give a okay?
We play all the hits. I mean, come on.
Oh, God.
Hello?
I don't think.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake,
Yep.
what did you think of all that?
It sounded like he's really up in her business the whole time. He's controlling what she says to people.
It sounds like she's not in a very healthy relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, it is her choice.
She's in a horrible relationship.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, you're walking into a freaking pile of tornado craziness. That didn't even make sense, but you know what I'm saying. Stay away from the situation.
Well, maybe that's why I should talk to her. Maybe she needs help. I mean, she sounds like she's trapped with this crazy guy.
Yes.
It sounds like trash. She probably doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
But he's controlling her.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you feel like you want to rescue her from
No,
this.
Jake.
Yeah. I want to help her. She sounds like she needs help.
All right, well, good luck in your quest, Jake.
God.
And as I always do at the end of second date updates, I have to ask, I would love to send you out on a date by yourself, because Isabella has a boyfriend and currently won't do that with you. Maybe I can send you to like a kickboxing class so you learn how to defend yourself when this guy kicks your ass.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today emailed us and says that he thinks his nerves screwed up his date. Says he was nervous, and now he thinks that's the reason he's not getting a call back. You got to deal with nerves when you go out. I mean, I know for me, when I'm nervous, I always feel better when I cover myself in Jell-O. It's soothing and calming. And I'm guessing, Matt, you didn't do that?
No, and I'm nervous just thinking about the whole situation.
You're just nervous about thinking about Jell-O or Jubal covered in Jell-O?
Yeah, no, that too. Yeah, the Jell-O is definitely not a good thought.
See, you should have done that on your first date. Like when you guys were out at dinner, just start covering your naked body in Jell-O, and things would have been okay. You would have calmed down.
Jell-O man always gets a call back.
If I can get a second date from this, then I'll definitely try that.
Okay, good.
Don't try that.
So before we get into why you think your nerves affected your date, what's the girl's name that you want to call?
Okay, well, her name is Molly.
Molly, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't know that for majority of the date.
Oh, no.
Oh.
How did you not know her name?
So we met, little backstory. So we met at a bar one night, super cute. And like we got to, drink. We had a few drinks. We were flirting and everything. So I got her number, but I forgot her name. So I just put it in as cute bar girl.
Oh, yeah, all right.
That makes sense.
You know how that goes. And that's not her legal name.
No.
So,
I don't think.
All right.
So I figured it would kind of come up, like her name would come up at some point. Like we've been texting back and forth a little bit. Never came up. And I wasn't going to be like, hey, what's your name?
Why didn't you do the... Oh, wait, can you tell me how to spell it?
Her actual name?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have done, and then she spells it back to you, and then you have her name.
Oh, well, where were you when the situation came?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good trick.
Unless their name's super easy and then there's no other way to spell it and you're like, I
it's
just
Sam.
forgot your name.
Yeah.
It's 3 letters.
Well, the problem was I ended up asking her out to dinner, still didn't know her name.
Okay.
Okay, that's a conundrum. That would make me nervous going into it as well.
Oh, no.
Right. Well, I figured it would come up naturally in conversation. Again, didn't come up. Went to dinner.
What did you think was going to happen? She was going to refer to herself in third person?
Hey, it's me, Molly.
Maybe. I don't. I think I was too busy worried about the fact that I didn't know her name and how I was just going to kind of play it off.
So what did you do to figure out her name?
Well, the first thing that I tried, there was a couple that was like sitting right near us. So I just turned to them and I was like, hey, is it your anniversary? You know, we're on a first date.
You just said that?
I was just kind of hoping, like, I was going to be like, hey, I'm Matt. I was hoping she would say, hi, I'm Molly. They just looked at me like I was the weirdest person in the world. They were just like, no, it's not our anniversary.
Yeah, shut up, weirdo. Okay.
Pretty much. So that didn't work.
Okay.
So I gave her a nickname. I was calling her Dimples.
Oh,
just because
God.
that's the only thing because she had cute dimples. That was the only thing that I could think of at the moment. So I was just like, yeah, Dimples.
Did
yeah.
she like that or not? Because nicknames, I mean, if you like the person that gives you the nickname, cute. If you don't, really condescending and obnoxious.
So in order to shield the fact that you didn't know her name, you just gave her a nickname and said, I'll call you this.
Pretty well, yeah, but I just kept, because I kind of just thought it was a natural thing. I was just like, yeah, Dimples, you know, like we're cool enough that you have a nickname now. Oh, God, just talking about it.
All right. So obviously you know her name now. How'd you figure it out?
Well, so another time I tried, we were walking down the street, came across some people doing like signing petition things. So I'm trying to convince her to sign the petition. I'm like, come on, it'll be fun. It's stand up for something. I don't even remember what the petition was for.
It's like a petition to like murder puppies, and you're like, let's do this.
Oh, I'm all for that. All right. I was come on, we'll sign it. You know, she's like, no, I don't want to do. We're on a date right now. I don't want to sign up for anything like that.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Okay, at this point, you should have been like, hey, you want to play a game? Let's see whose driver's license photo is worse.
Again, all of these ideas sound great now. Finally, so I saw a Starbucks, and I was like, let's go to Starbucks and get a drink. Let's get a coffee at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, because they ask your name.
Unless she orders under your name, and then they just call out your name for both coffees.
Well, they said, what's the name? I just kind of looked at her. You know, I just looked at her real quick. But no, finally, they wrote it on the cup, called it out. So finally figured it out. But that was by the end of the date.
Oh, my God.
And now she hasn't called me back.
How did the date end?
I mean, everything, it didn't end on a kiss or anything. It was just one of those, hey, have a great night. And I'll hopefully talk to you soon. You know, she's like, yeah, sounds good.
It sounds like you could have been an awful date because the only thing you were concentrated on the entire time was finding out her name.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that I put too much effort into trying to figure out what her name was and didn't pay any attention to her.
Right.
Yeah, and
it's possible.
I mean, or you could have just been honest with her in the very beginning and be like, I'm sorry, I was drinking that night. I put you in as cute bar girl. What's your name?
Right. And now I feel like I've dug the hole so much that I can't go. Like, I've already figured out the name, which I don't know. I guess down the road that would be a funny story. But right now I'm too worried that would put her off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
That would be so awesome. I'd appreciate it.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, we have a dude on the phone. Can't remember his name right now, so I'm just going to call him Britches. Hey, Britches.
Oh, that's cute.
You ready to do your second date update?
Yes, absolutely.
Matt is on the phone, and Matt wants to call a girl named Molly. He thinks that the fact he didn't remember her name on the date might be the reason that she's not calling him back. They met at a bar, and he put her number in his phone and just put the name in as cute girl at the bar or something like that. And then came time for them to go out, and he didn't know her name was Molly. So he kept trying little things to get her name, and he thinks that probably is what did him in because it was maybe obvious that he didn't know her name. Matt, if it does have something to do with the way you were acting, do you want us to tell her that it was because you forgot her name? Or do
No,
you...
so I want to tell her myself because I think it's something that should come from me and not you guys.
Okay, so you're ready to just be honest and see if she'll give you another chance and forgive you.
Yeah, let's give that a try.
I think that's a good way to live your life. It's what you should have done the first time around. But you know what? Everyone deserves a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Yeah, no, I'm really embarrassed. Like, really, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out what the problem was. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Molly?
Yeah. Who's this?
Hey, Molly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like a show that's on the radio that people can listen to or they can not listen to.
No,
depending.
okay. Why are you calling me? Did I win something or what's going on?
No, I'm calling you because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out with somebody on a date and then end up not calling them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and see if we can figure it out. So you went out with a dude named Matt the other day.
Oh. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. And Matt listens to our show, and he told us about your date, but he thinks that you're blowing him off now.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
He actually wasn't too surprised that you were blowing him off. He felt like he really blew it on your guys' date.
Well, yeah, he kind of did. He really did, actually.
What did he do?
I mean, he was just weird and awkward from the get-go. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. You know, we're sitting down at dinner and we're chit-chatting, getting to know each other, and out of nowhere, he calls me Dimples.
Yeah, he told us that he gave you a nickname. He wanted to call you Dimples.
Did you like it?
No.
Yeah. That's the thing about nicknames. You can't really make up nicknames for people you just met.
I mean, I'm not a little baby.
Right.
I know I have dimples. I don't even know you like that. But you're calling me a nickname already?
Did you tell him that you didn't like it to call you something else?
You know, I was going to do that, and then I thought, you know, it's a first date. I don't know. Maybe he's nervous. I just kind of let it go, but he kept on saying it over and over and over again. And I'm not that girl, right? I'm not a little cutesy-bootsy girl. I'm a grown adult.
Okay,
And
yeah, makes sense.
if you're going to sit there and call me Dimples throughout dinner, it's just going to annoy me.
So, Sweet Cheeks would have been something nicer, maybe.
No.
Well, no. I mean, you don't know me like that.
I'm kidding. It is condescending. It can be really condescending.
Yeah. So that was weird.
Okay.
And what's going through my head is is this the kind of guy that is all cutesy-rootsy? Like, if we get into a relationship, he's going to want matching Halloween costumes. In my head, I'm like, what does he want me to pick a name for him too? I mean, I looked at him. I was like, oh, he's got some pretty decent shaped eyebrows. Am I supposed to go, hey, Dimples and Eyebrows are going out tonight?
It sounds like a cool band, though.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, it just got so corny and cheesy that I felt like, literally, if we were going to be in a relationship, this guy would come up with a Facebook page for us.
Oh, you'd be
name for us.
You'd be that couple with
match our names together.
Yeah. Okay.
Dimplesandeyebrows.com.
Well,
It's just too corny for me, and I am not in the 1950s. Welcome to our world, and start calling me by my name.
Okay.
I have a name.
Well, Molly, maybe he will call you by his name because Matt's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Hey, how's it going?
Matt? You're on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is, again, weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I know it's weird. Because I want to take a moment to just apologize to you. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So, and I don't know how to tell you this, but I forgot your name after we met. And so that's the reason that I called you Dimples. And I didn't.
hang
you're
on,
not even
hang
that
on.
great.
Wait. You didn't know my name? And so you thought Dimples?
See, this is
I'm
really
very,
embarrassing.
very
I wish I knew what to
confused
say to you.
right
I'm
now.
sorry. I want you to know that I'm super sorry for making you feel weird or creeped out or feel like that I'm weird or anything like that. And I don't even know why I said dimples. I honestly don't know. You don't even have great dimples or anything
what?
like that.
I don't have great dimples.
Well, what I mean is they're not it's not that's the best feature on that's not your best feature is what I mean by that.
Matt, you want to stop when your ankle gets down your throat.
Oh my God, Matt, he is totally throwing himself under the bus right now.
You went from, I am super confused right now. You went out on a date with me and didn't even know my name? How is that even possible?
No, I had met and talked to so many girls that night at the bar that I didn't remember your name. That doesn't sound. Now that I say that, it doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Met so many girls at the bar.
You know what I
night.
mean? Like, I don't not like talking to them like you. Like, I just met so many people that night, and I heard so many different names and I didn't want to get your name wrong, and I just didn't commit it to memory. But I have. Like, I know it's Molly. I've said it 1,000 times out loud. I've wrote it down.
Oh my gosh.
I've committed to memory. Put it in my phone. I won't
But
remember.
it doesn't make any
I won't
sense.
forget it.
Molly, when he explained forgetting your name to us, it was actually kind of a sweet story. Like, you guys were in the bar. It was kind of loud. He'd been drinking. He saved you as cute girl at the bar instead of Molly.
Okay, but according to Matt, there were several cute girls at the bar.
I know.
So-
He didn't include that part of the story when he told us that.
I didn't mean it
So,
like that. Yeah,
did
you're
you get
you're right.
the
I probably
right
should
cute
shut
girl?
up while I'm ahead. I didn't mean it like
I
that.
don't think you're ahead at all. Like, you got to get ahead
Oh, yeah.
first.
Matt, did you show up with the right cute girl from the bar? I mean, is this the one you expected?
No, yes, absolutely, like 100%.
No, yes. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, I'm just gonna save you right now if I can, Matt.
I think he's kind of an idiot, but I think he has good intentions, Molly. I think that he really was interested in you.
No, and I did, and I tried. I was trying sly ways to get. That's why I talked to the couple beside us. That's the reason that we tried to sign that petition thing, as I was trying
That
to
was
find out your name
ridiculous.
throughout the night.
Wait, that's the reason why you were pushing me to sign that petition, just so you can get my name? I mean,
Yes.
that's ridiculous, Matt.
I don't know. I'm really sorry. I want you to know that I feel really bad, and I'm sorry that I was acting weird. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. If anything, I was more nervous because you're really cool. You're really pretty. I like talking to you, and I want to go on a second date with you. And now that I remember your name, Molly, there won't be any issues. You actually get to see the real me.
So what do you think, Molly? Will you go out with Matt again? We will pay for it.
Matt, you sure you'll remember my name the second time around?
Yes, I swear 100%. I swear.
Well, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, okay, fine.
She's given up.
I mean, I guess I'll give this one more shot. But, Matt, you come up with any more cutesy little nicknames for me, I'm out.
I understand. I won't. Dimples has been completely erased from my mind.
Especially since they weren't very memorable, right?
That's not what I meant by that at all. But also, thank you for giving me another shot, because I promise you, it's going to be a great evening. It won't be weird. I promise.
Okay.
It's such a big
Well-
promise.
If it gets weird, I'm calling this radio station back to tell them.
Yeah, please do. Molly, that would be awesome. Yeah, if it does get weird, we want to know about it, all right?
Well, I agreed at the beginning of this. I agreed to something about Jell-O, so it might get a little weird.
Can I change my answer for about this date when you just said Jell-O?
No,
Yeah, don't worry about
stick
it.
with it,
Yeah,
Molly.
Molly, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. He's not going to rub Jello on his naked body. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 about today's second date update that really sums up the whole segment very well. It says it's a wonder that men get dates with women at all. Yeah, if you listen to most of the second date updates, that's a very true statement.
We have very low expectations.
That's true.
Moving 92.5.
And the dude she wants to call went to a comedy show for their first date.
Oh,
Which is
cool.
a good idea, but if anybody's been to a comedy show, you know the comics always look for couples who are dating to make fun of.
It's too easy.
Yeah, normally it's just, it's an easy way to tell some jokes based off the crowd. Other comics try to do it so that they can really embarrass the dude, so hopefully he leaves and then they can try to sleep with the girl.
What?
I don't know what
I
sort of
don't-
situation
is that a
happened with
thing?
Lacey, but Lacey is on the phone right now to talk about it. What's up, Lacey? How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you guys?
Okay, wait. To clarify, we're calling the guy that you went on a date with, not the comedian, right? Because according to Jubal, it could have been the comedian.
Yeah, no, it's the guy I went on the date with.
Okay. Yeah.
What's his name?
David.
David, all right. And how did you meet David?
We met through mutual friends.
Oh, that's a good way to meet. Did somebody set you up?
Yeah, my girlfriend Susan.
That's good.
She said he was cute. She said he had a good sense of humor. And I love to laugh. Like, that's my favorite thing. Going to a comedy club and just laughing my off is my favorite thing.
Did he have a good sense of humor, or did he just sit there stone-faced the whole time through the whole show?
he was having a good time. We were both just laughing. Although, like you said, the comic did single him out.
All right. And was it uncomfortable or?
He was a good sport about it.
That's good.
He found out that we were on a date. It was our first date. And he's like, dude, she's way too hot for you. But he was a really good sport about it.
So everybody's laughing and having a great time during the comedy club. How did that end?
So we're at the comedy club. We mainly were just, enjoying the show and laughing. We didn't really get a chance to get to know each other that much. So we decided to go to this bar that I know. And, we had a bite to eat. And that's where we got to really talk. And
Yeah, because you can't really talk while the's a live show going on.
Yeah.
Or you
could
can,
get kicked
and you're
out.
just really
bet.
rude, yeah.
And it was just more fun, Like, I kind of felt like, my family dynamic is very, full of humor. We're always laughing about stuff, telling stories.
You guys
everything.
sound crazy.
What's that?
I just said you guys sound crazy and fun.
You're hilarious. You should be a comedian yourself.
Oh, okay. I'll think about it. I will think about that.
I don't think he's that
Lacey
funny.
must listen
All
a
right.
lot.
So your family is very fun, and he was also fun. So it felt like you were hanging out with your dad.
No, that's not what she's saying.
I think
at
that's
all.
what I heard too.
Oh my gosh. No, it was just that kind of, it felt really comfortable and easy, and we had the similar humor, the similar kind of vibe going on,
Yeah.
Like I would rib him about the comedian going off on him, and then he would rib me, and we were just sort of bringing up jokes that we'd heard that night and sort of going off on those.
Good.
It was just really fun, and plus I felt like there was some chemistry too. I mean, at least on my part, and I mean, if I felt it like that, he must have felt it.
Well, he must have not, because you're on the phone with us for a second date update. Why do you think he's not calling you back?
Well, that's why I'm calling you guys. I need some help with this because I don't know if the ribbing went too far, possibly, or, I mean, he could be just playing the field. I mean, maybe he's dating a lot of other people. I don't know.
How did everything end with you guys? Did you get a kiss? Maybe slip on a banana peel, sit on a whoopee cushion?
Classic.
We didn't have a kiss, but we had a really nice hug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I feel like we left off like we were going to be in touch really soon.
And so you've called him and nothing, or what's the story there?
I've texted him, and he'll wait a long time, and then he'll kind of text me back. But, you can feel that it's non-committal kind of.
Yeah.
Have you actually asked him to go out again?
I said that, I had such a great time, and we should hang out again. Yeah.
And what do you say back?
He was like, yeah, I have a lot of work stuff coming up, and
Sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
He is a funny guy.
Yeah.
it's not funny to me because I want to hang out with him again.
All right. And you can't think of any reason why he wouldn't want to hang out?
No, I really just want to know. Because, I keep thinking about it. You know what I mean? I just want to know yes or no, once and for all.
And have you talked to your mutual friend that set you guys up? Did she have any intel for you?
I did. I asked her about it, and she doesn't know. She says she hasn't really talked to him. She's been busy with stuff, too. And I don't know. Help me.
All right. Well, play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
When you think of some of the greatest comedy duos of all time, you instantly think of people like Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, Kim and Chloe, and of course, you can't forget Lacey and David.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, the comedy duo that stole our hearts, but now they're not performing together anymore after one date. If you missed the first part of today's second date update, Lacey is on the phone. She went out with the dude named David to a comedy show. After the comedy show, they hung out at another bar, and apparently the evening was full of laughs and fun, but now he's not calling her back, and she doesn't know why. The only thing that she can think is maybe a little too much joking around, not enough serious conversation. All right, Lacey, are you about ready to give him a call and see why he's not wanting to go out with you again?
Yeah, let's do it.
And you had said that the comedian had really gone after him for dating out of his league, that you were way hotter. You didn't continue that joke for too long, did you?
We totally were ribbing on each other, yeah. I mean, I did, but he seemed to enjoy it. We were laughing a lot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if at some point it came across as okay, now she's vain.
Now
She's just full of herself. I mean, obviously that's not what you meant, but...
I mean, I brought it up later, but we didn't dwell on that for too long. It was just playful joking.
Okay, cool.
Well, hopefully we can get you a second date because I want to see you guys back on stage again, yucking it up, you know?
Me too.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial his number.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to David, please?
Who's this?
David, how are you, man? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Well, I didn't enter a contest or anything, so I didn't put my business card in.
Okay, well, cool, because I'm not calling about that anyway. The reason I'm calling you today is because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
You're calling me, man. I'm not even sure if you got the right guy.
Yeah, well, did you go out to a comedy show with a girl named Lacey the other day?
Yes, that did happen, but I don't know.
Then you're the David that I was looking for. We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not wanting to see them again after that date, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why. So Lacey emailed us and said that she's been trying to set up a second date, but it seems like you don't want to see her.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess if I wanted to set up another date, I mean, she's texted me, I would have set up a date by now.
So you don't want to go out with her again?
Yeah, we just didn't hit it off. You know what I mean? I'm not sure why she's making a big deal of it, getting you guys involved here. But yeah, we just didn't.
Well, I think it's because she really wants to see you again. She thought you had a great time. She said you guys were laughing a bunch.
Yeah, man, it didn't work out. Like, we weren't vibing. I mean,
Really? It's just always surprising, because the way she describes it is like you guys clicked and you were having a great time and you were laughing at each other and you were making fun of each other. Like, her description is she seriously could not figure out why you would not be interested.
Yeah, that's a definitely interesting take on. What did she say? We were laughing at each other?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys are joking around.
Like making fun of each other, like ribbing on each other a little bit, back and forth.
Yeah, not so much. I think it was probably maybe a little more one-sided than she realized.
Okay. So, all right. Well, what was your perception of the date then? Obviously, you didn't like her joking, or?
Well, you can only be called like uggo, or I think she called me lumpy several times too.
Whoa!
I get like ribbing and goofing and poking fun, but when you're just straight up looking across from somebody you've only known for a couple hours and you're just lacing into them, like making fun of how they look.
Well, she wouldn't stop ripping on your looks. Was that because the comic that you saw was saying that she was out of your league?
I don't even kid you. That's a comedy show. Like, I
Right.
get it. Like, we got sat down in the front. I understand you're fair game. They can see and rib on you. I get that. But when you go to hang out with somebody, you shouldn't have to. Like, she was almost pointing and like laughing like a school kid.
No. Do you think that maybe you were being a little extra sensitive? Because she obviously was attracted to you. I mean, she said that you're amazing and you're cute and you're funny. Like,
Yeah, like I said, she was calling me weird nicknames, like making fun of my looks more than she said my actual name. So if she said we were going back and forth, it was more or less like I was trying to ask a question to steer the conversation to somewhere that wasn't making fun of me. And then she would just come back with,
Nice question for someone who's so ugly.
dude, pretty much, man, like pretty much. She even said, there's only one thing wrong with your face. I have to look at it. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, my
Like,
God. That's not even funny.
It's not even
Oh,
funny.
you guys.
I mean, it was kind of funny, but I don't know. Not on a date, I guess. Yeah.
it sounds like you were just getting bullied on your date,
Really,
basically.
yeah, and like I wasn't trying to, like call her no names or freak out or anything. I got so fed up, I just wanted to get out of there. Like, it wasn't even worth it.
Oh my gosh, you pumpkin head. Come on, you can't take a joke.
Pumpkinhead, is that what you said?
What's going on?
David, that's Lacey. She's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
So you guys are just going to rip on me too? That's the whole thing?
I'm not going to.
no,
Lacey
no.
wants to talk to you. That's the whole point. She wanted us to call you so that she could connect with you since you won't take her phone call.
Unbelievable.
Sorry.
You know I'm just joking around. Come on.
I don't really remember laughing when we were at the bar. I remember you doing that because you were making fun of me.
You totally were laughing. What are you talking about?
All right, so if I just called you like snaggletooth horse mouth all night, that'd be good, right? Just saying you got a big old horse teeth and a snaggly gray tooth on the bottom there. That's okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, my God.
It's cracking her up, David.
I think she actually is pretty good with that, David.
Lacey, I wasn't trying to make you laugh. I was using that as an example because it doesn't feel good when somebody makes fun of you all the time.
See, I was feeling just so comfortable with you because that's what my family does. Like, we love each other so much, and we're always just making fun of each other and joking back and forth, and I felt so comfortable with you. That's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the family 4th of July picnic where we're all, trash talking during volleyball or something, okay? This was, we had...
Oh, my God, Lacey.
Dude, you're crushing right now, David.
Lacey, do you hear him? I feel like you sound very fun to hang out with, but at any point of the night, did you give him any compliments at all? Or make him feel good about who he is?
I felt like the whole thing was like a compliment, because we were just ribbing off each other. David, remember when they called you my little douche waffle?
Oh, dang. That's aggressive.
This is dying.
I think everybody at the bar probably remembers because you screamed it, just like you're doing now.
Oh my God. How are you laughing so hard right now? I mean, you're making me laugh, though. I got to say, David, like...
We had such a good time. We had such a great rapport. I can't believe you're taking this so seriously. I want you to call me another name because that was so hilarious. Please do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, David, you got any more zingers to throw out there?
I love this.
I'm probably nothing you guys can put on the radio. Let's put it that way.
Wow. David. I mean, she was obviously laughing through all of her insults. I know you didn't find them funny, but you can at least know that she wasn't being serious, right?
Yeah, now just the fact that I actually think about this more and more, it just makes her even sound like crazier. Like before I thought she was just kind of like didn't realize what she was doing and was just kind of dumb. Now I think she's dumb and crazy. So this is great.
He's not kidding.
Yeah, I don't think that he's meaning that as a joke, Lacey. I think he legit feels that way.
You don't know him like I do. He's joking.
Oh, my God.
David, are those all jokes? 'Cause, I mean, I thought I was a good gauge on that side of the thing, but I guess not.
If anybody hears her laugh and horse face coming at you, I took one for the team. So just stay away.
The comedian said that I was cuter than you, so if I'm a horse face, what does that make you? You're like an face.
All right. Man, this is good stuff. You're right, Lacey. The two of you are just nonstop laughs. Yeah.
Dude, I want to hang out with Lacey, though. I mean, I could get maybe why, David, you don't want to date her again, but can we be friends, Lacey?
Totally, let's go hang out.
Okay, that's great. You guys are getting along. Why don't you go hang out with her? Because I don't want to hang out with her, and I feel like I've been made fun of enough, so we're done, right? I can leave, I can go back to work?
Well, not quite yet, David. I do have to ask you, would you like to go out on a second date with Lacey? We will pay for it.
You know you do, Poopy.
Yeah. What do you think, Poopy? I know, I'm getting in on the fun now too, Lacey. I can't help it.
Yeah, unless this date is us going to the horse farm for her to get put out of her misery, I'm all set.
I think that's a no, Lacey.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like you're taking it pretty well.
You guys, that's a total yes. We're going to go hiking tomorrow, okay?
No!
Are you delusional?
I think you need to be more clear, David.
If we go on a hike together, it's me throwing you off the mountain. So,
You guys, dude is killing me today. He's funnier now than he was on his date.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Lacey, I don't think David wants to go out, though, so I don't think you're getting a second date here.
Well, that's what you say now, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Maybe send him some good memes today. Get him laughing, and you guys could plan your hiking date.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
Thank you for reminding me, actually, for the call, because I'm going to block her number right as I get off the phone with you.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.